I never imagined I'd be the kind of man who'd question his own wife. But life has a cruel way of teaching you lessons you never asked for. My name's Daniel. I've been married to my wife, Jessica, for just 3 months after losing my first wife in a car accident. Jessica came into my life when I was a broken man. She was kind, patient, understanding, everything I thought I needed to start over. After we married, her mother, Linda, moved in with us. She said she just wanted to help Jessica settle in. I agreed. It felt harmless. But soon, things started to feel off. It began with small things. Jessica acting distant, spending hours locked in her room, whispering on the phone. And Linda, she started watching me differently, like she was hiding something too. At first, I blamed myself. Maybe I was just being paranoid. Maybe grief was making me see ghosts where there were none. But then one night, something happened that changed everything. It was 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep, so I went downstairs for a glass of water. That's when I heard soft crying from the living room. I peeked in and saw Jessica sitting on the couch, her head in her hands. Her mother was beside her, whispering something. Then I heard it. Linda said, "You have to tell him before it's too late." My heart dropped. Tell me what? I stepped back quietly, pretending I hadn't seen anything. But that moment haunted me all night. The next morning, Jessica acted normal, as if nothing had happened. She kissed me, made breakfast, smiled. That's when I decided I needed to know the truth. I installed small security cameras around the house. Discreet ones, nothing obvious. I told myself it was for safety, but deep down, I knew it was for answers. For 3 days, nothing happened. Just normal life, until day 4. That morning, I was at work when I got an alert, movement detected in the living room. When I opened the live feed, I saw Jessica pacing nervously, while Linda sat across from her. Jessica whispered, "I can't keep this secret anymore, Mom. He deserves to know." Linda replied, "If you tell him, you'll destroy him. Haven't you done enough?" My blood froze. What secret? What had she done? I left work immediately and drove home like a madman. When I got there, both of them were gone. But I knew the truth was in that recording. When I replayed the footage, I saw Jessica pull out an envelope from a drawer. Inside were papers, medical documents, photos, and something that made my stomach turn. A paternity test. It said, "Not the biological father." I remember just sitting there, staring at the screen. My whole world collapsed in silence. When Jessica came home later that evening, I couldn't even look at her. My hands were shaking. I asked her straight, "What were you hiding from me?" She froze. Then tears filled her eyes. She whispered, "I was pregnant before we met, Daniel. I didn't know how to tell you." I felt every word stabbed into me like a knife. All those months, our wedding, our vows, the promises, I thought we were building a future together, not living a lie. I asked her, "And the father?" She hesitated, then whispered, "My ex-husband, before he died." The room went silent. My heart wanted to believe her, but something in her tone, something didn't add up. Later that night, I got a call from Linda. She said, "Daniel, I think it's time you know everything." I met her in the kitchen. Her hands were trembling. She said, "Jessica wasn't honest with you. The baby isn't her ex's. It's someone else's. Someone she met after he died, before you two started dating." I couldn't breathe. The woman I trusted most, my wife, had built our entire marriage on deception. When I confronted Jessica again, she broke down completely. She fell to her knees, crying, "I was scared. Daniel, you were broken, and I didn't want to lose you. I didn't know how to tell you the truth." I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just stood there, numb, because the worst pain isn't anger, it's disappointment. I walked out that night, drove aimlessly for hours, trying to make sense of everything. The world outside was quiet, but inside me, everything was chaos. For days, I stayed with friend, ignoring her calls. But then one morning, I received a message from Linda, just 3 words, "Please come home." When I arrived, Jessica was in the hospital. She collapsed from stress and exhaustion. Seeing her there, weak, pale, hooked IVs, I realized something. Even though she broke me, I still loved her. And love is complicated. She opened her eyes and whispered, "I'm sorry." Tears ran down her cheeks. "If you never forgive me, I'll understand. But please, don't hate the baby." I felt my heart shatter again. I took her hand and said, "I don't hate anyone, Jessica, but from now on, there will only be truth between us." She nodded, crying silently. Months have passed since then. Things aren't perfect, we're still healing, but I learned something powerful. Sometimes, life doesn't destroy you with tragedy. It destroys you with truth. And the truth, as painful as it is, sets you free. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you loved, know this. You don't heal by forgetting. You heal by facing it, by standing in the wreckage and deciding who you'll be next. And that's what I chose to do, because love built on lies may crumble, but love rebuilt on truth can still stand.